So I decided to paint 100 paintings, which sounds like a very confident artistic decision. It was not. I didn't have a grand artistic statement. I didn't have a perfectly developed style. I mostly just knew I needed to make some art. And if you're an artist who feels stuck right now, I want to show you something that helped me. You don't have to figure everything out before you start. Sometimes you just need to give yourself a reason to keep making. I used to paint pretty realistically, and then I went completely abstract. And somewhere along the way, I got a little lost. I knew I didn't want to go backward, but I also wasn't sure what I wanted to move toward. So I decided to give myself a challenge, 100 Prairie Skies. And honestly, starting a series has been one of the best things I could have done. So if you're stuck, here's how you can start your own. First, pick one thing to repeat. It can be literally anything, a subject, a color, a shape, a technique. For me, it was the sky. I live in North Dakota, so thankfully there's no shortage of sky. And the prairie is kind of ridiculous. You can look outside one day and see this, and the next day it looks completely different. So I decided, same general subject, different painting, and that was enough to get started. Don't worry about whether your idea is brilliant. Just make it interesting enough that you want to do it again. Second, give yourself some rules. Not a million rules, just enough to give yourself some direction. I made my paintings roughly the same size. I kept the prairie sky idea, and then I gave myself permission to interpret it however I wanted. Realistic, abstract, somewhere in between. Basically, I created a little box to work inside, and then I gave myself complete freedom once I was in it. And weirdly, having a few boundaries made me feel more creative, not less. This one might be the most important. Stop trying to make every painting good, because if every painting has to be great, you're going to put a lot of pressure on yourself, and pressure is not exactly where creativity thrives. The whole point of painting 100 was to take some of that pressure away. Painting number 7 doesn't have to be amazing, neither does number 23 or 41. Some of them are going to be questionable. And that's okay, because one bad painting doesn't mean you're a bad artist. It just means you made another painting. And the only way to get to the paintings you love is to be willing to make some you don't. Then something interesting really started to happen. After you make enough work, you start noticing things. Maybe you keep using the same colors, maybe you keep making the same shapes, maybe there's a certain mark you keep coming back to. Maybe your paintings start looking like each other, even when you weren't trying to make them. And that's when you start learning what your style might actually be. Not because somebody told you what your style should look like, but because you made enough work to notice what naturally comes out of you. When I started the series, I thought I was just going to paint 100 skies. But somewhere along the way, I realized I was trying to answer a bigger question. What do I want my paintings to feel like now? Because I'm not the same artist I was when I was painting realistically, and I'm not really interested in going back to being completely abstract either. I'm trying to find that weird little space in between. Something serious, but also fun. Something recognizable, but not too recognizable. Something that feels like a prairie sky without looking like a photograph of one. And I don't think I would have figured that out by sitting around thinking about my style. I had to paint my way into it. So if you're stuck right now and you don't know what to paint, I don't think you need to find the perfect idea. I think you just need to start. Pick one thing, give yourself a few rules, give yourself a number, and make a bunch of them. Because you might think you're starting a series when really you're starting a conversation with yourself. And somewhere between painting number 3 and painting number 73, you might discover something you never could have planned. You might find a new direction, you might find your new style, you might find your confidence again, or you might simply remember why you loved making art in the first place. You don't have to know where you're going before you start. Sometimes you just have to make the next painting.
I'm halfway through, so apparently I have 50 more paintings to figure things out, and honestly, I'm pretty excited to see what happens.